There aren't many times when you get the opportunity to sweep the best team in baseball in the postseason. However, the Cleveland Guardians had that opportunity tonight. If they win this game, they will sweep the New York Yankees and advance to the ALCS to face off against either the White Sox or the Astros. It's been a pretty impressive start to the playoffs for Cleveland, who not only won the wild card game in Toronto, but in the last episode, they took home games 1 and 2 of the ALDS at Yankee Stadium, which brings us here to Game 3. The first two games of the ALDS were very different from each other. Game 1 was about the offense. We started off slow with only one hit through the first 4 innings, but then the offense exploded in the fifth, scoring 4 runs, added on with 4 more runs in the final 2 innings of the game, and we were able to get the job done 6-9. Nice. The pitching was solid. I thought Max Fried did pretty well in his first postseason start as a Guardian. Shohei Ohtani, meanwhile, taking the loss for the Yankees. Game 2 is a completely different story. We scored 2 runs in the first off of a 2-run double by Manuel Margot, and then we forgot how to hit after that. But the Yankees' offense was even worse. New York did not get a base runner until the 5th. They did not get a hit until the 7th. Tristan McKenzie completely dominated, and that gives the Guardians an opportunity to get the sweep. I think overall the offense has had 2 good games so far in the playoffs, and although they did not hit well in Game 2 of the ALDS, that didn't matter because Tristan McKenzie, along with the rest of the bullpen, did a phenomenal job of finishing out the game. This Game 3 is certainly going to be a challenge with Gerrit Cole, the big money ace on the mound for the Yankees, going up against Adbert Alzolay for the Cleveland Guardians. But man, would it be a good feeling to sweep New York and advance to the ALCS for the first time in this series. Welcome to Progressive Field here in Cleveland, Ohio. Can the Guardians do the impossible and sweep the 103-win New York Yankees and advance back to the ALCS? Cleveland certainly still got their hands full today going up against Gerrit Cole, and although the Guardians clearly had the momentum in this series, the Yankees had the ability to rattle off 3 straight wins, and Cleveland cannot let the pedal off the metal until not just this series is over, but until this postseason is over. The Yankees certainly need to put their best foot forward. Shohei Ohtani will be in the batting lineup for the first time in this series, which should give New York's offense a big spark against the young righty Adbert Alzolay, who had some good moments this year, but really did not pitch great after the All-Star break. Let's take a look at both lineups. Regular starters across the board for both sides. Shohei will be the DH batting in the 5-hole. Shohei Ohtani played in every single regular season game this year, so it was certainly peculiar why he was left out of the Game 2 lineup. Here's Alzolay, 11-12, 4.16 ERA, 1.29 WHIP. He was great the first couple months of the year and then really regressed to the norm. Not a great start here as Jalen Harlem hits that one into left for a double. Manuel Margot unable to make the diving play. So Harlem is in scoring position with nobody out. Quite the start to the inning here for the Yankees. One away for Giancarlo Stanton. He hits this one high and well. Deep into right field. Valera tracks after it. He makes the play. Harlem will advance to third. So now the Yankees got the speedster 90 feet away from home. And a base hit should be able to drive him in. The Yankees' best hitter, Aaron Judge, is up to the plate. And he strikes out of the fastball. Judge with only 1 hit so far in the postseason through 2+ games. Good job by Alzolay to get out of the little jam. That'll bring us to the bottom of the first. We'll get a look at Gerrit Cole. 3.36 ERA, 1.13 WHIP, 200 strikeouts in 209 innings. Another very good season for the veteran righty. Manuel Margot leads it off. He was the only Guardian to drive in a run in Game 2. And he swings and misses at the full count fastball. A little bit inside, but definitely in the zone. That'll bring up Josh Bell, who was homered twice through 3 playoff games, and he goes down looking on the outside fastball. That pitch did not look like it was in the zone, but the umpire behind the plate says otherwise. Full count pitch for Jesus Sanchez, who also has 2 home runs in the playoffs. Skies it into shallow center. 1-2-3 inning for Cole. No blood drawn here in the first. We'll see if either team can get on the board in the second inning, and which offense will gain some momentum first. Up for the Yankees now is Shohei Ohtani making his first postseason at bat, and he draws a walk. Tough pitch to lay off there on a full count pitch, but he will take his base. That'll bring up Anthony Rizzo. to the plate now. 1-1 pitch. Ohtani heads for second, and he is safe. We all know Shohei Ohtani can hit and pitch at a very high level, but he is also one of the fastest players in baseball. Rizzo goes down on the slider, but again, the Yankees have a runner in scoring position here early into the inning. Alzolay's got to get out of another jam as he gets Ryan McMahon to go down on the circle change. New York's going to need a base hit from Victor Caratini, the former Cleveland Guardian, who hits it into left center, caught by Manny Margot. Good job by Alzolay to get out of another jam as the Yankees are still off the board through 2 innings. Let's go bottom 2. Jose Ramirez up to the dish. He's only hitting .200 so far in the postseason. Did have a homer back in Game 1. And he will draw a walk. So with one away, the Guardians have a runner on first. That'll bring up Franmil Reyes, who was on a tear at the end of the year, but has really struggled. He swings and misses at the fastball. Reyes now with a sub-100 batting average through the postseason, and he really struggled last year in the playoffs, too, after winning the MVP. 2 away now for the 19-year-old second baseman, Ramon Romero, who skies it into shallow right. Should be caught pretty easily by Judge. Through 2, no score. Both offenses don't look all that great as we go into the third. Jason Dominguez leads it off for the Yankees, and this one is hit into the right field corner for extra bases. Dominguez will hold up at second, and for a third straight inning, the Yankees open things up with a runner in scoring position. We'll see if they can capitalize this time as Harlem rips it down the right field line for his second hit of the game. Looks like that'll be a double as Dominguez is easily able to score, and the Yankees are on the board. They lead 1-0. And they still have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. That'll bring up Jorge Polanco, who bloops it into left. That's going to go for a hit. Harlem rounds third. The throw from Margot is a little bit offline. So it's an RBI single for Jorge Polanco. And now the Yankees offense is starting to get into a rhythm as they lead this game 2-0. Giancarlo Stanton now up to the plate. He hits this one high and deep into right field at the track at the wall. It's caught. Pretty anticlimactic play there. That one looked like it was going to be a home run. Valera didn't even need to go up and rob it. It stayed in the ballpark. So the Guardians are able to get their first out of the inning. That'll bring up Aaron Judge, who hits that one past the glove of Ketel Marte for a single. Adbert Alzolay is really getting rocked here in the third inning. I mean, it is not pretty. Got to assume Cleveland might go to the bullpen soon. And it's not going to get much better here against Ohtani, who hits this one into the left center gap for extra bases. Polanco scores. Judge will join him. It's a 2-run double. Showtime from Shohei Ohtani. And the Yankees take a 4-0 lead. So from there, Alzolay's taken out of the game. He'll be replaced by Max Fried. Interesting strategy here by Cleveland. Fried, remember, pitched in Game 1, got the win. Here he is just a few days later in short rest out of the bullpen as the Guardians hope they can get a couple innings out of him tonight. Rizzo grounds out to first. Great play by Bell. He might have just saved a run by getting that diving grab. Ohtani now at third as that'll bring up Ryan McMahon, the 3-2 lefty-on-lefty crime as it's a dribbler back over to Bell. Flips it over to Fried, but not before the Yankees score 4 and take Alzolay out of the game. A huge inning for New York. They finally have real semblance of momentum, really for the first time in this entire playoff series. We'll see if Cleveland can look to respond. Luis Campusano leads the inning off. He's done very well so far in the playoffs as he goes down on the low slider. Good pitch by Cole, his 4th K of the day. 2 away from Margot. There's another one. Strikeout number 5 for Garrett Cole, and it continues to be tough sledding for this Cleveland lineup, who still does not have a base hit today. Again, another slow start for the Cleveland offense. Into the 4th inning, Victor Caratini leads it off for the Yankees, and he singles into right field. So the Yankees, again, start the inning off with a base runner. In all 4 innings, the leadoff man has gotten on. We'll see if the Yankees can drive him in and have another very successful inning as Jason Dominguez goes down on the fastball for the first out of the inning. Good pitch by Fried, his first strikeout of the evening. 2 away for Jorge Polanco. Hits it nicely into the gap. Going to be a tough play, but George Valera will come down with it. So it's another scoreless inning here. Game remains 4-0 here in the middle of the 4th. Will this be where Cleveland finally gets on the board? Josh Bell leads the inning off. Gets that one over the glove of the shortstop. Polanco. Looks like that'll be a double. Cleveland finally gets their first base hit of the game. Let's see if they can capitalize and look to get back in it. Jesus Sanchez is up to the plate. He hits this one high and deep into center field. Dominguez at the track at the wall. It's gone! 2-run shot for Jesus Sanchez, his third home run of the playoffs. He went deep twice in the wild card game, and now he homers here to put Cleveland on the board. The Guardians are back in the ball game as it is now 4-2. Beautiful swing there by Jesus Sanchez, putting that one into dead center field. Cleveland still has some groundwork to do, but that's certainly a good start here for the offense as they finally get some hits and finally get some runs. That one barely going over the fence. Dominguez nearly made a play on it. 2 away now for the Franimal. Franmil Reyes, who has been anything but the Franimal in the playoffs, strikes out again, this time on the outside slider. But not a bad inning. Cleveland cuts the lead in half off the 2-run homer by Jesus Sanchez as it remains 4-2. Top of the 5th, here is Aaron Judge. He goes down looking on the 12-6 curve. Nice pitch by Fried, who has done very well since entering the game. 2 away for Shohei Ohtani. He's reached base in his first 2 at-bats. Hits it up the middle, but the shift really works out well on that play as Ketel Marte is able to field it easily. Max Fried is now pitched 2 2/3 scoreless. We'll see if Cleveland keeps him out for another inning. Bottom of the 5th, Cleveland's offense doing nothing as Garrett Cole retires the side, finished off by a strikeout in the dirt from George Valera, who has been pretty much a non-factor in the playoffs, but the other outfielder, Zane Rowley, who isn't starting today, has not done much better. Both Rowley and Valera are, I think, a combined 1 for 15 in the playoffs or something. Not pretty. The 6th inning would go very smoothly for Max Fried as he will retire the side as well. That'll end Fried's day 3 2/3 scoreless innings. Cleveland doesn't want to use him too much. They want to make sure he's well rested in the case that this series were to go to a Game 5, that he would be available. Zane Rowley pinch hitting here in the bottom of the 6th to lead the inning off, hoping to give the offense a spark. He will not. Rowley still without a base hit here in the postseason. He was great in September after being called up from AAA, but again has been a non-factor at the plate in the playoffs. Josh Bell is now up. He hits this one pretty well, deep in a left center field, and it is caught. Cleveland still only has 2 base hits today. The double by Bell and the homer by Sanchez back in the 4th inning as Jesus Sanchez is up to bat, pops it up into the shallow infield, and it will be caught by the 3rd baseman. So another good inning here from Garrett Cole as he again retires the side, and Cleveland's offense continues to not perform very well today. Dylan Tate will enter here in the 7th for Cleveland. 1 2/3 innings in the playoffs, is not allowed a run yet, hoping for another good inning here. And, well, it's not going to start off very well as Dominguez lines into the right center, and that one is gone. The 21-year-old phenom outfielder Jason Dominguez with his first home run of the playoffs, 402 feet, and the Yankees take a 5-2 lead. New York had not scored since the 3rd inning. I guess Max Fried might be their kryptonite. Right when Fried's out of the game, they hit a home run. Doesn't look like they're done. Polanco hits it well into left center, but Zane Rowley is able to get to it for the 2nd out of the inning. Both teams have hit the ball well at times today, but both defenses have been positioning themselves very well. Stanton pops it up into shallow center. Valera will make the play as he does bring it down. Not a bad inning, though, for the Yankees. They extend their lead off of a solo home run by Jason Dominguez as it is a 5-2 ball game going into the middle of the 7th. Craig Kimbrell is in for New York. 1 2/3 scoreless innings for New York. So far in the playoffs, he has not allowed a base hit yet against this Cleveland lineup. Cleveland's hoping to change that. They only have 2 base hits the entire game as Ketel Marte leads the inning off. Hits that one well into center field. But again, it will be caught by Dominguez, who is a gazelle out there roaming the outfield and center, one of the rangiest outfielders in all of baseball. That'll bring up Jose Ramirez, the 2-1, grounds it up the middle. Normally that's a base hit, but again, the Yankees positioned themselves well, but Ramirez is safe at first. So it's a base hit after all. Good hustle by J-Ram to get the infield single. We'll see if Franmil Reyes, who has continued to struggle offensively, can drive them in. Well, he didn't strike out, but I think a strikeout would have been better than that. 6-4-3 double play. And Franmil Reyes continues to be a liability through the playoffs, which is just crazy, considering how well he hit in August and September, nearly hitting 50 home runs in the regular season. Let's go to the 8th inning now. James Karinchak in for Cleveland, his first postseason appearance. One of 3 Cleveland relievers to not yet be used in the playoffs as the Yankees lead the inning off with a base hit, a single from Aaron Judge. It seems like the Yankees have led the inning off with a base hit at least 6 times today. Shohei Ohtani goes down on the knuckle curve. Good pitch there by Karinchak for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Anthony Rizzo. He goes down on the 2-seam fastball low in the dirt. Another good pitch there by Karinchak, who seems to be getting through this inning pretty well. Now against Ryan McMahon, he draws a walk. So the Yankees have 2 runners aboard and 2 away. Cleveland doesn't want any funny business, and although I do think they would trust Karinchak to get out of the inning, why not put in your best reliever? Let Camilo Duvall get Cleveland out of the jam as he forces Caratini to fly out. Looks like that one will go right into foul territory. Ramirez makes the play. So a solid inning from Karinchak and a good job by Duvall to get out of it as it remains 5-2 going to the bottom of the 8th. If Cleveland wants to start a rally, they've got to start now. The offense has just not shown many signs of life. Corey Knebel checks into the game for the Yankees, his first postseason appearance, sub-2 ERA on the season. As Josh Naylor enters as a pinch hitter, he goes down on the knuckle curve for the first out of the inning. Good pitch by Knebel. Eliezer Alfonso enters for Luis Campusano, and he will ground out to second. So either the pinch hitters off the bench, hoping to give Cleveland a spark, have been unable to. George Valera now up, 3-2, draws a walk on the low and outside knuckle curve, so he is aboard. Big opportunity here for Zane Rowley, still looking for his first postseason hit, and I don't think he's going to get it. Pops it up into shallow left, and it will be caught. We are through 8, and it looks like the Yankees, they're not trying to get eliminated tonight as it's a 5-2 ball game going into the 9th inning. We'll see if Cleveland can look to make some noise as Duvall remains in the game. He strikes out Jason Dominguez on the filthy slider. Yeah, that pitch was nasty. Duvall is just nasty as he gets Jalen Harlem to go down swinging for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Jorge Polanco, who's going to hit it into left for a base hit. Naylor misplays it, so that'll turn into a double. I feel like Cleveland's outfielders have misplayed a lot of balls on the ground throughout the playoffs. I don't know why that is, but now there's a runner in scoring position, which is not good. 3-1 for Stanton. He draws a walk, so Duvall finds himself in a jam. Cleveland's going to keep him in the game. They trust him to get out of it, and he will get out of it, striking out Aaron Judge on the 97-mile-an-hour fastball. So that'll bring us to the bottom of the 9th. Cleveland needs 3 to tie, 4 to take the lead. They do have their best group of hitters coming up to the plate, as it'll be against the closer, Jonathan Loaizaga, in his first save opportunity in the playoffs. 55 for 59 in the regular season with an ERA at 2.7. He starts with Josh Bell, the 1-2. Bell hits this one high and deep into right center. Dominguez and Judge chase after it, but it is gone. A solo home run by Josh Bell to lead the 9th, his 3rd home run of the playoffs, and the Cleveland Guardians look like they're trying to fight back as it is a 5-3 ball game. Cleveland ain't got that quit in them. They're going to continue to fight here in the 9th inning as they cut the deficit down to 2. Let's look at that swing again. Beautiful swing by Josh Bell, who has continued to hit the ball fantastic through the first 4 playoff games. Nothing but a beauty off the bat, 399 feet with an exit velo a little bit above 100. So it's now 5-3. That'll bring up Jesus Sanchez, who homered earlier in the game. 2-2 pitch on its way, and Sanchez drives it deep into left. The Guardians are back in it, folks. They're only down by 1. Back-to-back home runs to start the 9th inning from Josh Bell and now Jesus Sanchez. His 4th home run of the postseason, his 2nd homer of the evening, his 2nd multi-home run game in the playoffs, and this game just got real interesting as it's now 5-4, still with nobody out. And now Cleveland has a real shot to do some damage here in Game 3. Sanchez going oppo-poppo. He knew it was gone as soon as it hit the bat. Loaizaga also knew it was gone right away. So now Cleveland only needs 1 to tie, 2 to win, and again, there's still nobody out. 395 feet, again around an exit velo of 103. So we'll see if the middle of this order can make some plays and potentially tie or win the game. Ketel Marte is up, 2-1 pitch, dribbler to second. Harlem makes the play for the first out of the inning. Despite that, the Yankees are going to take Loaisiga out of the game. Remember the new rule where pitchers need to face off against at least 3 batters? Well, clearly the Yankees would have taken him out earlier, but with the new rule they can't, so they take him out as soon as they can, and they hope Michael King can come in and get the save. 3.2 ERA in the regular season as Ramirez grounds it up the middle. The shift pays off for the Yankees as Harlem makes the play. And now the game comes down to, oh dear God, it's Franmil Reyes, who is 0 for 9 in the ALDS. We'll see if he can do anything here as the count is 3-1. And he draws a walk. Good at bat for Reyes. Okay, the tying run is on base. The winning run is at the plate. Josh Naylor is excellent with runners in scoring position. He can tie or win the game right here. The 1-1. Liner to second. Harlem grabs it. And the Yankees survive by the skin of their teeth as they take this one home by the final score of 5-4. It got a little bit too close for comfort there at the end of the game, but New York is able to win it. No sweep for Cleveland. We are headed to a Game 4, which will be in the next episode. Overall, I think the offense was really not great for us today. We had some good spurts, 2 runs in the 4th, off the solo home run by the 2-run homer by Sanchez. We had 2 in the 9th, off the back-to-back home runs by Bell and Sanchez. But other than Bell and Sanchez, the rest of the offense was horrible. I think the rest of the team got 1 hit combined. The Yankees with 5 runs, 10 hits. Their offense wasn't much better. They had the 4 runs in the 3rd inning. Overall, pretty quiet after that, minus the Dominguez home run. Garrett Cole was good. The bullpen was good, minus Loaisiga, as we switch it here for the Guardians. Again, Bell and Sanchez were great. Jose Ramirez had the only other base hit for the entire team today. As you know, with baseball, you need more than 2 guys to produce. We had 2 guys produce. That was not enough. Edward Alzolay with the loss. He did not pitch well, particularly in that 3rd inning. I thought the bullpen did pretty good. Max Fried was outstanding. Tate, Karinchak, and DeVoe all did a fine job, but ultimately it was not enough to help us win the game. So the Yankees climb back into it. They win Game 3. That'll bring us to Game 4 in the next episode. It's still an elimination game for the Yankees. With a win, we can still advance to the ALCS. Let's see if we can do it with Shane Bieber on the mound. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.